Time for your dose.
Here is a check for $5 million. Right now, tax-free. It hits your account in 10 seconds. Do you show up to work tomorrow? Do you finally write that novel? Do you move to a cabin in the woods and never look at a spreadsheet again? Or do you just sleep for 3 months straight? If you're like 99% of us, the answer is usually some variation of, I'd finally be free. It's become the modern religion, hasn't it? We don't pray for salvation anymore. We pray for financial freedom. Whether you're a barista pulling shots for minimum wage or a tech lead burning out at FANG, the dream is identical. We all want to hit that magic number, drop the mic, and walk out of the simulation. But have you ever stopped to ask why? Why is this the only definition of success we have left? And more importantly, if you actually caught the car you're chasing, would you even know how to drive it? Let's dissect the lie we're all telling ourselves. Here is the truth about financial freedom. First off, it's not about luxury. It's about terror. Generations ago, safety was a contract. You gave a company your loyalty, they gave you a pension. You had a community, you had a path. Now, that contract is shredded. We live in the age of the pivot, the layoff via Zoom call, the AI that writes code faster than you. Every headline feels like a threat. So, when we say we want financial freedom, we aren't usually talking about buying a Lamborghini. We are talking about building a bunker. We don't want money. We want a shield. We view wealth as a ransom payment we have to hand over to the universe just to stop it from hurting us. We are trying to buy back our own autonomy from a system that feels like it's tightening the noose every fiscal quarter. But here is where it gets weird. Because while we are running from fear, we are running directly into a trap set by the very system we hate. We call it the lifestyle creep, but it's really just good marketing. The algorithm has convinced you that freedom has a specific aesthetic. It looks like a digital nomad visa in Bali. It looks like an omarice in Tokyo. It looks like that minimalist apartment that somehow costs more than a house. If your definition of freedom is built on consuming things, even experiences, you aren't free. You're just on a longer leash. The threshold for enough keeps moving. You make more, so you need better freedom. The price of your exit strategy keeps going up, which means you have to stay in the rat race longer to pay for the escape pod. It's a perfect, self-sustaining loop of misery. And let's say you do it. Let's say you hit the number. You retire at 35. You tell your boss to shove it. You go to the beach. Day 1 is heaven. Day 30 is great. Day 300 is usually when the existential dread kicks in. Psychologists call it retirement syndrome, but let's call it what it is, the void. We complain about the grind, but the grind gives us something to push against. It gives us context, status, a reason to put on pants. When you remove the struggle without replacing it with a purpose, you don't get zen. You get bored. And a bored human brain is a dangerous thing. It starts eating itself. Doing nothing isn't freedom. It's solitary confinement with better Wi-Fi. So, where does that leave us? Look, money is great. Having FU money is a worthy goal because it gives you the power to say no to toxic bosses and bad situations. But if you are treating financial freedom as the finish line, you are going to be heartbroken when you cross it. Freedom isn't just freedom from the grind. It has to be freedom to do something else. If you don't know who you are without the job title, $1 million won't solve your identity crisis. It will just fund it. So, instead of doom scrolling and calculating how many years until you can stop existing and start living, try this terrifying thought experiment. If money was irrelevant, what kind of person would you actually want to be? What work would you do, even if nobody paid you for it? Because if you can figure that out, you don't have to wait for the bank account to hit 7 figures. You can start being that person in the margins right now. And ironically, that's usually how you end up making the money anyway. But hey, that's just a thought. Go back to work.